Yeah, we're live. All right. So it took me a second there to get everything going. Ooh, I want to say hi to everybody. I got to scroll up. Everybody jumping on right now, too. Hey, welcome everybody to Sunday Night Live. Tony 2.0. Oh, wait, I was going to say out. Not yet. We got a little bit of time yet before we do that. But I want to welcome everybody to Sunday Night Live. I do want to say a few things. I haven't been feeling good all week long. I mean, like really not good, not good at all. So I was having some struggles and things. I'm feeling better right now. Right now. So I'm glad we got a chance to get on. I was thinking a little bit about not doing it, but I did make the thumbnail. I don't remember if I did that today or yesterday. I can't remember. But last night I had a horrible night. I mean, really, really bad. So, hey, Hammock Mountain, I saw you jumped on 5:30. You were in the comments section already. And there's Skeeter, PA Outdoors. Hello, hello. Yeah, PA Outdoors. I was up in Maston, PA. That was a great camp. We're going to talk about that in a little while. Thanks for jumping on. Hey, there's MD Gons 66. You've been on this must be a 3-weekend marathon. I know like 2 weekends ago, you started watching videos. You told me on a Friday night, and then all through Saturday and Sunday, you were watching videos and commenting on them, even last Sunday. And then this weekend as well. Man, I really appreciate you watching all the videos. I think you were on the travel videos this weekend. I saw you commented on a couple of the travel videos, and I got a chance to catch up with a lot of the comments that I was behind on. So let's see. Hey, Leonard. Yeah, don't be telling us it's upper 70s where you're at. That's no good. It's cold here. It's like 28 degrees or something like that. And it was even colder last night. All right. Oh, there's Stitch. How are you doing, Stitch? There's Freddie. How are you doing, Freddie? Yeah, sorry about last week, Freddie. I know when we jumped on, what was that? Was that Super Bowl weekend already? It was last weekend. So I was not going to do a live because I mentioned it this Sunday before. And I said, oh, I don't think I'm going to go live this Sunday, but the more Sunday went on, and I was there with my daughter and wife and grandkids, and we were all watching the game over at her house, I was a little fidgety. And I got a couple of messages, one from Stitch and a couple other people. And I said, oh, I'm not going to do one. And then the more I thought about it, it's like, oh, I'm not really into the football game. So I'm going. So I quick texted and said, hey, I'm going to go live to those guys by 8:30. Just got to get home, get set up. And hey, we went live. I apologize, Freddie, for not letting you know somehow. All right. I would be doing well. Yeah, luckily that I would be doing well this week. Wind relaxed 40 miles an hour. Oh, a little crazy. Trying to camp, and yeah, that is very crazy. Wind is always tough. If you're gonna, I know with hammock camping, you just got to position the tarp the right way so it's not a wind tunnel. So you got to kind of, but then the wind changes, and then all of a sudden you were protected. Now you're not. Hey, Benny, how you doing? All right. Hey, old and cracking dated. How are you doing, brother? Yeah. Let's see. All right, so we're going to do 3 question marks in front of your question if you've got a question for me, and I'll try to get to them. But I want to go down through here and say hi to everybody. Hey, Mike Ryder, how are you doing? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, and Tony, good to see you. That chimney camp was awesome. Yes, it was, Mike. Man, I tell you what, that was one of the top 5 locations I've ever been in. It was probably the only historic one, maybe, that I've camped in. I don't know. I've got to think about that, but it might have been the first historic one. And when I say historic, there was a town there before it was a CC camp, the town of Maston. It was a sawmill town where they used to do a lot of the hemlock. And then after hemlock, they went for hardwoods. But that's that creek right there. They must have floated logs down there too. maybe. But you could see pictures of the sawmill there. But then I think there was around 90 homes, it said, that when I read that board, around 90 homes that were in the town of Maston. But then it became a ghost town. And then later, after 1930, it was ghost town. The 1933, the Maston CCC camp started there from 33 to 41. A lot of history, a lot of history. And I didn't really show it in the video, but in that one picture, you saw all the cabins or the camps, the bunkhouses. There was like 6 of them in a line, 2 rows of 3. Well, all those foundations, believe it or not, are still there. The day that I ended the filming, I decided to go for a walk around, just a little bit, just by myself, not film anything. I was done already. But look, I wanted to scope the area out for a possibility of something that I'm going to talk about in a little while. But all the foundations, the stones were only up about that high out of the ground, but all those foundations are still there, which is really pretty cool. I think that'd be neat to do some metal detecting around there. But the old loggers trail, there's an old loggers trail. It comes down through there. Great hiking out in that area. And if you saw from the Google Earth picture that I posted, I went, oh, over here's a picture. And then it showed all the woods. Yeah, there's no cell phone reception. There's no internet. You're pretty much out there. Yeah, you're out there. Alrighty, so let's see. Hey, Joseph Kelly. Hello, everyone. Hey, JPZ. Cheers from Seattle. Hey, there's Robert Bell. How are you doing, Robert? And Carl Simpson. Hey, Carl. We got Rick in the house there. What's up, Tony and everyone? Yeah, and howdy. There's Small Town Adventures. I made it. Yes, you did. I want to cruise because we're already 8:02. I'm already 5 minutes behind in the comments. Wow, goes quick. Let's see. I was just glad to discover a plastic wrap overheating router after 4 years of trouble. What? Oh, wow. So you got things straightened out, it sounds like. Good. Let's see. Hey, Dylan, how are you doing? Dylan W. I'm here. Love your vids and enthusiasm. Well, thank you very much. I love my vids too. And my enthusiasm. No, just kidding. So, hey, Darlene, how are you doing? Sorry to have not been doing well. Oh, sorry, I haven't been doing well. Yeah, it's really not. It's weird. Yeah, it's not like I got a cold. Well, I did have a cold. Kind of got it Monday. I'm not sure if I got it Monday or was starting to get it a little bit Sunday. I can't remember how I was last Sunday Night Live, but I wasn't feeling good. And but I had congestion, a lot of phlegm. But I also went to the doctor's because I had Nick Brown. I touch it up here on the screen. Nick Brown, thank you very much. I got to move this so I can see what that says. But thank you very much for that super chat. Happy Sunday. Thursday's video was a good one. Neat history. Yeah, a lot of neat history on that, wasn't it? It was really cool. Well, Nick Brown, I really appreciate that. That's going to go to help continue to do more and more of our different food aspects, right? I've been putting funds towards that, and when we do traveling, things like that. But that camp was about almost 2.5 hours away from me, and I went up a couple days before just to scout it out. But that was before we had snow. Maybe it was a week before, but I was just out and I'm like, I'm going to drive up to World's End, kind of go look at that stuff and do some things. And, when I got back, I researched that camp and, but I was up in that area. I put a couple 100 miles on the car that day. Yeah. But I haven't been feeling good. And even now, like, I'm belching a lot, so if I burp, excuse me. But so my stomach's not doing real good. It's really weird. I've been having a lot of changing my shirt a couple times because I just start all of a sudden get a clammy cold sweat. And I don't sweat under my armpits very much, but man, I was soaked. The other night I woke up soaked, but I didn't have a temperature. It's what's really weird. In fact, I have a thermometer here. I'm not running any fevers. So it's really interesting. I know they did change, or not change, got me back on some certain meds because I did have blood work done. They got me back on certain meds. So I'm thinking it has something to do with that. But I went to urgent care today and they told me, oh, well, we can't do any blood work, so you have to come back or go to the emergency room. And I didn't want to go to the emergency room because that's $350 just to go there. So I'm going to go to the doctor's tomorrow. All righty. Yeah. I'm cruising down. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now I'm caught up to this one. Hey, Red Bush Primitives, how you doing? Hello, Tony and everyone. Let's see. Yes, sir. Who needs TV when you got Tony 2.0, right? If I keep making videos, but there's a lot of them on there that many of you may not have even seen. I think there's 400 and some videos on there. And what I like to do when I find somebody's channel, I like to go all the way back to when they started, watch a couple videos, and then come back to the latest ones and look to see how they've done over time, just interacting with the camera, their camera angles. If they do camera angles, some people don't do many, but there is a lot of, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of creators are extremely good at what they do. Yet nobody knows who they are. It's really crazy. And that's why I like to go on to people's lives when they're going live and just show my support as well. That's what I've done a couple times this week. I've just popped in when I see someone going live, especially late in the evenings. Dick in the Dirt went live yesterday. Stitch had messaged me. I was at the grocery store running in to get some medicine. And I messaged Stitch back and said, oh, give me a minute and I'll get back out of the store before they close and jump on that. I jumped on. His tarp started leaking, and I'm hoping they did okay overnight. I'm looking forward to seeing that video. Yeah. Hey, Randy, how are you doing? Yeah, I love that chimney camp. That was a great chimney. Now, one of the neat things when you think about that chimney, while I was there, I was thinking, oh, got a question here. It's cold all day Saturday. Oh, upper 20s. That's not really a question. Say, Leonard, yeah, you're making me look at that. So I see it. So when you want to ask a question, just put the 3 question marks there. If not, it throws me off my game. So, but prayers that you feel better soon. Thank you so much, Melanie. Really appreciate that. And Carlisle, well, that last name, Carlisle, but Carlisle, Pennsylvania, that's a great little town. A lot of history in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Yeah. So, but when I was around that chimney, now I didn't talk about it that much, but, as the evening was going off camera, things like that. But I really wasn't feeling that good that night either, or that day leading up to that. And the next morning, still wasn't feeling good. And I don't know why. Maybe I was starting to come down with something. I don't know. But, while I was sitting there, I was really thinking about, a lot of times you think, well, wonder who all sat around this. Well, I was thinking even of who built it, the hands that built it, all that went into looking for each rock, putting each rock into place, picking out the right rocks to put where they put them to build the chimney. Now, there was a metal bar that ran across the opening of the chimney and then rocks right above that. So it was very rusted, but it was a great place to stick my Olight bulb because that's magnetic and sticks to it. But as I thought of the people that built it, then I thought, oh, what about the first fire that was fired in it? Who all was around? Was it the construction, the people that built it? Was it the first people that stayed there? And where the chimney is, it was facing the opposite way of the direction of all the camps, the bunkhouses. So I don't know if that would have been a separate building, that maybe a chow hall or something like that. So I wasn't sure. I know that the two rocks that, you know, when I'm walking back to it after we go to the creek, we're walking back and we see those two rock walls and that dirt mound that goes over it. You know, was that an entrance into that building? You know, it's things I don't know. I can only speculate, but just, you know, all the people that must have enjoyed that, you know, for all the years that it was there. And then even after the camp, you know, in 1941, when it was ended, that program, which was a great program. If you don't know much about the Civil Conservation Corps' great program, Pennsylvania was #2 in the United States. Out of California was #1, but Pennsylvania was #2 for the amount of camps. And they were, a lot of the young men were, you know, used to plant trees. Back then, you know, the lumber devastation of Pennsylvania was just devastated by lumber, all the large hemlocks and all that, that it was really needed that they would do conservation. So we have a lot of the trees and state parks that we have now today, and a lot of dams, lakes, trails that were, you know, built during that Depression, after the Depression era, you know, because the Civil Conservation Corps was designed coming out of the Depression because there were so many young men that were unemployed. So they, you know, started that. And Pennsylvania, was it maybe Pinchot Gifford? He already had a program in place, so that's why Pennsylvania got so much, because he already had something set up. So when I believe it was Roosevelt came up with that plan, that it was easily implemented in Pennsylvania right out of the gate. So yeah, all right. So hey, let's see. Oh, I'm reading some of the comments. Hey, Tarp, how are you doing? Hey, Tony. David P, how are you doing, buddy? Yeah, and is that Haley Hudson? I think that's how you pronounce it. All righty, welcome. Hey, there's Emma Brown. Awesome, Emma Brown. Glad to see you in here. You feel better? Thank you so much. And many prayers, and hope all is going well with you too. I know you get busy a lot of times and miss us on Sunday nights lately, and we're glad to have you in here tonight. Yes, we are. Yeah. Hey, Boxcar Jerry. Well, you know, Boxcar, there's a video that I did called Boxcar Rocks. It's an early video. Not many views, maybe 200 and some views, but it's also known as the Chinese Wall. But it's Boxcar Rocks is the name of it. And there's one that looks like the mouth of a whale. Really cool. It's not too far from here. It's down 81 near Pine Grove. I forget the name of the town that it's near. But you get down that way. I did a hike into it early on in my videos, but Boxcar Rocks is really cool. I climbed up on top of it, made coffee when I could climb up like that. But that was a pretty cool video. You guys should go check that one out. It's Boxcar Rocks. So Boxcar Jerry just reminded me of it. Yeah. So let's see. They used to use the creek and trains being down. Oh yeah. And trains to bring down the lumber. Yeah, that's right. There was a lot of train tracks there as well that we saw in that one picture. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Hey, Mike, we got a lot of people getting ready to come up on the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, we do. Yep, good to see you, brother. Hope retirement's doing you good. Yes, I do. And you got my text message or text my number, so you can text me sometime. Hey, Jay, Robinette, how you doing? Let's see. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Yes, thank you, darling. Yes. Oh, we got a question coming up here. Yes, there we go. So Randy is asking, are you ever scared for your vehicle being parked overnight in remote areas? Hmm, no, I haven't been. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's just never been a thought. Well, it has been a thought, but it's if I think something's going to happen to the car or be wrong, be targeted, I probably would be more concerned. But I usually scope out my areas pretty good to where I'm not too worried about the car. But I'm not saying that I never will be. Yeah. So I haven't been, Randy. That's a great question, though. I really appreciate that. Hey, Chad, how are you doing? Good evening from PE. Oh, look at that, Canada. That is awesome. Hey, Joan Davis, how are you doing? Hey, Random, how are you? I'm doing good. And I'm just getting down to Nick Brown's thing again. So I'll let y'all know. Nick Brown just did a super chat. I really appreciate that, Nick. Oh, we got some questions here. Great. Red Bush Primitives, have you ever been caught stealth camping? No. Well, yes, I was one time, but I already knew I was going to. It's the only one that I have up there that says busted. I was almost caught a year ago in November. I was doing a different dugout, and it was the one day. It was Thanksgiving Day, and they were doing a, a rescue with dogs. And the young man that was the one that was supposed to be lost that they were trying to search for, I hadn't set up camp yet in the dugout, but I had my tripod out and the camera, things like that, my backpack, but I didn't have anything out of the backpack. And I was hanging out there because it wasn't dark enough yet really for me to set up. And I was trying to figure out what kind of traffic was going around. And I heard him behind the dugout. And I even say in the camera, I said, hey, I'm going to go see what he's doing. So he walks out around, and we struck up a conversation. I asked him what he was doing. Eventually, he asked me what I was doing. I said, well, filming the sunset and stuff. And, well, that's an awful big bag. Is that for your camera equipment? Yeah, it is. And stuff like that. He commented on that video just recently. He said, I was the young guy in that video. And I'm like, oh, cool. That's awesome. But we ended up hanging around. I didn't set up camp because he was waiting to be found. Well, eventually the dogs found him. And then I got to meet the dogs and things like that. It was pretty cool, but they all left, and I was still pretending like I was filming the sunset for a little while. And then I went ahead and set up camp for the night. And so I was almost busted on that one. So the one at Walmart I knew I was going to. I was hung to their storage trailers. So, and the car went by real slow, and there's security cameras all over there. But I did eat dinner, had my hammock up, and they came around and said, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, well, I was filming, eating. So they said, you can't do that here. You got to go out in the main parking lot. And I told them I'd pack up and stuff. And they kind of waited till I did that. And then they said, you can go out in the main parking lot, just can't be back here. I was like, oh, no, I appreciate it and everything. I'm just going to go. So we go up to another parking lot behind a certain thing, and we make dessert, and then we call it a night. So that was that video. Yeah. Hey, Joan, I got the same problem with congestion and sore throat. I never got the sore throat. I was doing, I don't know if you guys ever do these, but I was doing Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus twice a day. I was doing Mucinex. I was doing Dayquil. So Lisa doesn't take hardly any medications when she's sick. I'm the complete opposite. I take like everything. So, but I usually hit it good. But I have a feeling that this was having to do with some of the other medical issues I have, which, you know, yeah, and just getting back on the medication again that I hadn't been on. I'm hoping that that's what it is. My body's just jumping around with it. Washington State, we're having snow outside. Whoop, I see that. Hey, Joyce, how are you doing? Dellinger, I think that's how I pronounce it. We're having snow on the outside of Spokane, Washington, but should be warming up. Been fighting stomach bugs since last night. Feeling better, but very tired. You know, I've been worn out. I really have. I have not been this worn out in a very long time. Very, very long time. In fact, last night, I had gone to sleep. My stomach just blew up like a balloon, and I was belching, but I couldn't burp for some reason. And I was woken up, and I don't know if it was good or bad, but I had the worst cramp in my calf, and I couldn't get it uncramped, and it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And I'm trying to holler, and I'm getting out of bed, and I'm almost falling. I get that out, and then I start stumbling towards the bathroom. Got into the bathroom, my mouth started pouring water, like, you know how before you get sick. I don't want to talk too much about it because it might make people sick, but it was the worst feeling. I almost fell probably 4 or 5 times just getting into the bathroom. Really, really not good feeling at all. So, and I was just covered in sweat. It was just not good, but really took a lot out of me. It certainly did. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Well, Joyce, I hope you feel better too. And it's just a little not lasting bug. Yep, Skeeter's saying nasty stuff. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Hi, Tony. How are you tonight? Well, I'm doing good right now. But it reminds me, I do want to get a drink that I getting cold in the refrigerator back here. I got, I'll show it to you. I want to make sure I'm drinking this. Oh, I want to show you this too. This here is, I just got this in the mail. You don't see it yet. It's when we were down there at HangCon, you know, Stitch and I were talking to Haven Hammock, but if you remember on the first night, I believe, that we walked down there, they had that hammock set up, and they had a light inside the hammock. It was original line light. So I actually ordered one, and that's dim. I'm getting it up to its brightest setting there. But look at this. That is awesome. So it gives some really good light. I know I was in my hammock, I was hanging one little light on there. This gives some really nice coverage, and I'm thinking that this will be really good when we're out camping. And if I'm facing this, you know, I'll be sitting down lower, but you'll be able to see me better. But really cool, just on, off, and then it dims. So I'm going to hold the button down. Look at it dimming down. Isn't that cool? And then off, and then on, and then dim it up. Let's see what it looks like real bright. So that's the brightest setting. And it is USB, but it comes in this bag. Look at me. I'm going off on all these different things. I'll show you my drink here in a second, then I'm going to drink it. But this is I get it flat so you can see it. So it comes in this bag here, this Ridgeline bag. It's Ridge Light, so you can see all the circles. I guess that's to show it dims, and it's individual. But when you put that light in here, roll it up, stuff it in the bag, and then put the clip down, you can hang this, and this whole bag illuminates. So you can actually have it just stay in the bag and use it as a single light as well. Pretty cool. I think that's really neat. So I think that was like $28, I believe, or something. It was close to that. But then they said when I ordered it, they wanted to know for a special deal, you get 2 carabiners. So I was like, yeah, $4, I'll get 2 more carabiners. So the only other equipment I have is I got 2 carabiners from Haven. So for $4, I think altogether it was like $34 for the whole thing. And I believe it was free shipping. Don't quote me on that. But I can always use carabiners. So I got those hung on the tree over there. So what did I pick up? I got this body armor. I saw this because one of the things that I was thinking of is, well, being tired. Well, so I need electrolytes, definitely. So I picked this up, but I wanted to make sure it also had potassium, because I guess when you have certain things going on, some things might be caused by low potassium. So I'll do that. And I do have magnesium as well that I'm taking. So got that at the health food store just to get some magnesium in me. Yeah, but this is what is that? Flash IV, and it does have this is tropical punch. Yum. It is 2.0 approved. So I already earlier I did this is the second one that I have just for some other time, but this is a Pedialyte. I got a grape one. That was good. I did chug that one earlier. Maybe that's why I'm feeling better. I don't know. I'm hoping. Yeah. All righty. Hey, Barbara from Washington. Love your videos. Well, thank you very much, Barbara. Yes. Have you been coughing too, just in the morning? So the only time I'm really coughing is when I've got phlegm that's irritating that area, but not coughing. It's weird. Like I don't feel sick, but I feel very run down and was getting very clammy, and I've been sweating a lot. Like all of this, like I have a wicking shirt that I've soaked, just at different times, and it's like weird. It's just off and on, so I'm not sure what it is. But I did, just to let you know, I did take, and I was thinking I may have gotten it from him. I took my friend George down to the VA. I think I mentioned I was going to do that last Sunday, that I was taking him to the VA because he didn't have a ride, but he's got transportation. He's got to go there 3 times a week. But earlier this week, he didn't have a ride, so I took him down to the VA. He's a Vietnam vet, 3 tours over in Vietnam. He still has shrapnel too close to his heart that they can't remove it. So last night I did go over and sat with him for a little while. Him and I were hanging out different times, but he had a cold, a lot of sniffles and stuff, and I think that might have contributed to it. But hey, who knows? Yeah, don't forget Don't forget coal as well. Yeah, Pennsylvania big in coal, so they're even still so much coal in Pennsylvania. There's areas that you'll be driving out the road that used to be beautiful woods. Now every tree's gone, and they're starting to, do dig it up from the top down. Just really devastating. I mean, I know we need it, but. Okay. Let's see. Hey, KN, how are you doing, KN? My family's camp is along the river where they pulled logs. I remember you telling me that off the hills and float them to Pittsburgh. In fall, spring, you can still see the drag marks coming down. Wow. Yeah, and KN, you had sent me about those the coke furnaces, which getting lime maybe, and things like that, which you'd sent me those pictures. Really cool. That's an amazing area out there. The Allegheny Forest is really cool. I'd love to get out there more this year and try to get that, but it is 3 to 4 hours away from me. But hey, we'll get there. Yeah, I'll check it out, Tony. Perfect. Boxcar, Jerry. And if you just tuning in didn't know what I was talking about, that's going back to, it must be my 4th or 5th video I ever did. I went to a place called Boxcar Rocks, or Chinese Wall. It's a line. It's really cool. Back in the day, they used to, like in the early 1900s, it used to be a big picnic area. People from the town would walk all the way up this mountain and go to the Boxcar Rocks, or it also got known as Chinese Wall, because the rock formation, it's unbelievable. And there's some supposed to be a cave that you can go into it up in there as well. I was going to hunt for that at one point. I'm not sure if where it was at, but there is a lot of snakes up there. In fact, on the one side of the wall, on the I guess that would be the south side of the wall. You come in on the north side, but if you go onto the other side, you got to climb down a little bit, and you can walk along with it. Just be very careful. A lot of copperheads, a lot of rattlesnakes on that south side of the wall, because it warms up quick. Yeah, not going to be snakes there now, but there will be. So that's an interesting place. But yeah, go check that video out, Boxcar Rocks. It's one of my earlier videos, and I use a lot of music and stuff, but that's really cool. I do go up and make a cup of coffee on that one, because that was the theme in my early video. My very first video was called Coffee in the Woods, and I was doing coffee on a lot of my early videos. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Melanie. You're an inspiration to all of us that have some limitations and still get out there and enjoy nature. I'll tell you what, no matter how you can get out, because that will do the soul good, and it's great for healing as well. Being out in nature, just you don't need me to tell you. Just get out and experience it, and you'll start to feel that the healing power of nature, which is in God's creation. Let's see, Sidling Tunnel West. I'm not sure what that is, but no, I'm going to say, yeah, because I'm not sure what it is. Hey, Richard Grimm Sr., how are you doing? Hello from Maryland. All righty. Yeah, it's good crabs down there. Yeah. Oh, and I'll tell you what, if you ever get up to Pennsylvania, you got to go to a place that Lisa and I always go to, well, not always, but have gone to for 30 some years. We had just gotten there for our anniversary. It's near the Rockville Bridge, which is the longest bridge in the United States Railroad bridge, that arched bridge that crosses. Hey, Ed, a super sticker. Oh, I touch it. Oh, see if I can touch it. Did it? No, it didn't. There we go. Thank you, Ed, so much for that super sticker. Really appreciate that. I'm starting to figure out that they'll pop up on my screen up here, and I can touch them and stay in line where I'm at on the computer. But oh, the Glass Lounge. I'll tell you, I like crab cakes. If you ever get to the Glass Lounge, they're known for their crab cakes. People from Maryland say, "Oh, there's nothing like the Maryland Chesapeake blue crab cake." Yeah, there isn't until you go there. You'll be surprised. But very, very good. Glass Lounge in Harrisburg, outside of Harrisburg. Yep. That was me. Hey, Herman Scott. Hello, Tony. I still videos in your car when you had the thunderstorm. Yeah, that was a good one. I still videos in your car. Oh, maybe you watched the video in the car. Yes, a lot of people watch that one, have been watching that one lately. My car camping video that we see the thunderstorm. In fact, I watched it the other night too because it popped up on the TV and was just playing because Lisa left TV on from a program she was watching and it switched over to mine without her even pushing on it. So ended up, that's the one that was on the thunderstorm, car camp thunderstorm, and there was a lot of lightning. I wish I could have caught all the lightning and thunder of that one. It would have been really good. Yes. So how about, hey, Hammock Mountain, there you are. I know you were here at 5:30. Maybe you just jumped back on, or maybe you've been here all the time. Yeah, yeah. Scotty Tony, my favorite video was your car in a thunderstorm. Yeah, Herman Scott, thank you. Yeah, that you know, you don't always get thunderstorms. You really don't always get thunderstorms. Even when you go out and they're calling for thunderstorms, it's hard to get them. It seems like they always go past you or around you. But on that night, we got a good one. Yeah, we weren't in the middle of it. We were catching the edge of it, but it was still great. I think that's the one that I was using the power bank doing because I wanted to test it out. And we cooked the grilled cheese sandwich and the tomato soup. Man, that was a good grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, I remember that one coming up and I was watching it, me doing that. And then we ground coffee in the morning with the grinder. That was a lot of fun. Then I had to get up to a birthday party, my grandson's birthday party. Hey, Jonathan, how are you doing? From Jacob, John, and Jen from Allentown. Alrighty, Allentown, pretty close, not too far. You did some really good interviews on the hammock. Yeah, Herman, thank you so much. You did some really good interviews, the hammock camp. I love interviewing people. I love talking to people, and I love finding out things. I don't know. I just it was neat. I really love talking to people, and I'm hoping to be able to. I know I didn't get to do it last year. I kind of missed it because we did the trip across America, and by the time I got back, I was trying to concentrate on doing my stealth camps. I really didn't get out to do trail magic last year, which I was kind of sad about because I really enjoy talking to thru hikers when they come through. And if you ever want to go on to some of the old trail magic videos, you'll see a number of videos with different thru hikers and stuff. Gib or Goob, Adventures with Goob. He's actually going to hike the Arizona Trail this year. I just saw a post him putting up, but when I talked to him out on the Appalachian Trail, he's done that. He's done, I believe, Pacific Crest Trail now. I think he did the Continental, I believe, and he's now working on the Arizona Trail. I don't know if he did the Continental Trail yet. I'm not sure if he did or not. But thank you very much, Herman. Yeah, I love interviewing people. I certainly do. You might have over medicated, which can make you feel worse. My husband uses yellow mustard for cramps. Oh, and it knocks the cramps out. Yellow mustard. I've got some. Maybe I'll do some of that. You know, I wonder what a yellow mustard would taste like in water and drink it. I bet you that would be pretty interesting. Hey, James B., how are you doing? It was a pleasure meeting you the other day at the gas station, Cole Township, my friend. Thank you for taking your time out of your day. It was appreciated. Well, James, you are welcome. Yeah, I remember that. And I was just going in. Okay, so George was with me. You know, we were, he's the one that I took down to the Veterans Hospital for his appointment. And I don't know if it was exactly that day, but we came back and I had to stop and get, yeah, it was that same day. I had to stop and get gas. So I stopped at this gas station because I went to Walmart and we waited there and waited there. Oh, goodness, 10 minutes till a pump opened up. And it's like, man, what are these people doing standing so long? And I pulled up to the pump, got out of the car, and they said, hey, unless you got an hour, don't bother pumping, you know, because the one guy said, I've been here for over 15 minutes and I've only got $1 worth, and I'm stopping it and leaving. And there was a long line. So they were out of power the day before. So maybe pressure in the tanks wasn't working, but they were on the phone trying to get it figured out. But I needed gas. So we went to a gas station, and James, that was you that pulled up in the van. I said, George, I said, hey, I'm going to run in here and use the bathroom quick. The gas station's only a year or two old. 2 years old. Okay. And so I walk into the door and I go back to the bathroom. There's a sign on the men's bathroom and a sign on the ladies' bathroom. And I just filled up $51 worth of gas. And I figured if I fill up, I'm going to empty, right? So I didn't even see the guy behind the counter because he was sitting on a little chair, leaning back, playing on his phone. And I said, hey, the bathrooms aren't in order? He goes, nope. Like, oh, I said, well, I just filled up $51 and was hoping to get a little empty. He said, well, too bad. I was like, well, too bad. I ain't never coming back to your gas station again. And so I walked out, going, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. It's 2 years old. They're not broken down bathrooms. They just don't want to clean them. They put the signs on. But you think for a courtesy, if you're spending $51 on gas, that they would let you fill up, or empty. So anyhow, when I walked out, I said, Random Adventures 2.0, and it was, I believe it was you, James. I'm not good on names, but I believe you said you and your 4 sons, or your sons watch, and you mentioned about your dad having an issue years ago, and just how inspiring that you love the videos. Well, I appreciate you. We did get a picture together. He took a couple pictures, and with the car behind us. So, James, if you took that picture, you should share it on our Random Adventures 2.0 family Facebook page. I'd love to see it up there. Yep. Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, so that's why I didn't go to the car and get my camera. I was searching for a bathroom at that point, but it was great meeting you and seeing you. Yeah, it was. Alrighty. Body armor is very good for you. Thank you, Emma Brown. Yeah. Let's see. What kind of hammock do you like? There are so many. So, Chad, there are a ton of hammocks. But not last week, but the week before, I do like the ONEWIND hammock, but I don't have a lot to compare it to as far as other hammocks. I mean, I do have different hammocks that I've laid in different times, and I do like that double airy 11-foot hammock. And I really like the underquilt and top blanket that you saw that we snapped in on that video 2 Thursdays ago. That is a really great combination for me that I liked. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a great lay. Really was. Yeah. Tony is behind on chat. Be patient with him, folks. Yep, I am. Because we're at 8:32 and it's 8:48 right now, and I'm only at comment number 832. So I will get there. Just hang in there for a minute. I wish there was a way you could notify me right away. Maybe with a super chat. It'll pop up. I'll go, oh, there it is. No, just kidding. Hey, Steven, how are you doing? Get your heart checked. Yes. I was just in for a check. That's one of the things that Lisa had said as well. She said, doing cold sweats and stuff and cramps and stuff, but it really wasn't, they didn't seem to think anything about my heart when I went in for my routine every 4 months. However, they did want me to go see somebody, and I'm not sure yet who they want me to see, but yeah. Hello. I do adventures from cool North Carolina, very cold. Yes. Hey, Jake, welcome. Glad you're in here. Under the weather. Sorry to hear I'm under the weather. Yes, me too. Hey, Josh and Jen, how are you doing? From Josh Loves Camp, wants to go camping, and I know you do, Josh. Yes, and Josh dealing with medical issues, but he got some great news the other day, right? And Josh, that's awesome. We were praying for that. Alrighty. Hey, Dylan, how are you doing? Uh, yeah, they're cut coal mining out of Kentucky, it seems. Oh, wow. Yeah, every state's different. Alrighty, Oklahoma from Trevor. How you doing? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Just dipping in for a second and out with family from out of state. Awesome. Ed, I'm not sure if you dipped out already, but glad you stopped in. Thank you again for that super sticker, that $2 super sticker that you gave. Oh, it's right below there. I'll just put that up there again. Thank you so much for that. I'm not still sure if you're still here or not, but thank you so much. What I do adventures. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, no, no, no. Thank you very much for that super sticker. And that's called a super sticker because there's no words with it. But yes, thank you so much. And that didn't pop up on my screen here. Maybe I'm not current. I don't know. We'll see. Well, let me keep going down. Oh, let's see. Let's see. That was my favorite. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? Jeff Cooper. Yes, and family, Melissa and everybody. Hey, Nova, how are you doing? I really enjoy watching your videos. Hope you get to feeling better soon. Thank you so much. You and me both. Oh, yeah. Richard, you got to look up the Glass Lounge. Now, the waitress, they've won like the Choice Award for 20 years, 30 years. Every year they win it. They're mainly known for their steaks and their salads. So if you get a salad, it'll be a regular dinner salad. But if you order blue cheese, I love blue cheese dressing. It comes out in a bowl, like a soup bowl of blue cheese dressing. You know, Miss 2.0 years ago, she'd just take 1 or 2 tablespoons out of it and just left the rest of it set. Well, I would eat all mine, and then I would eat all hers. It's great. You can look them up on Facebook too, the Glass Lounge. If you do go in there and look them up, tell them you started following them. Random Adventures 2.0 told you. Yeah, but they're a great restaurant. Anytime Lisa and I used to go down there for a date night, we would always, not always, we would a lot of times go there for dinner. Then we would go to St. Thomas Roasters in a little town called St. Thomas. So St. Thomas Roasters, we'd always go there because he roasted his own beans. Did that 30 years ago, and we just got to do that again on our anniversary last year. Hey, John, how are you doing? Hello from Ranshaw, PA. All righty. Everyone, send Tony Gas money to come to North Carolina in April, right? And, so April, that's the Mossy Swamp, North Carolina hang. So I am planning to get down there to do that. So that's in April. There's also one. There's a couple that I'm going to go to. I'm going to try to get down there to Maha. I'd like to get down there to the one in North Carolina. And then what I was going to talk about is that camp that we did up at Maston. So I was on the phone with Stitch, and him and I were talking, and I was looking it up. You know, there's only 6 campsites there, and you go back a road, long dirt road, weaving in and out there, and that was icy and snowy. So at first, when I actually did the intro to that, I didn't know if that's all we were going to do, the intro, because I didn't know if I'd be able to get down there when I started seeing the snow and ice on the roads. But we made it and did the video. But the more I thought about that, after I got done filming on the second day in the morning, I packed up, and before I left, the sun was coming through. I could hear the creek. I never really got a chance to walk around, but I wanted to check distances of all the trees that were at the campsites, how many trees there were, how many, just a quick look of hammocks that you could get in that area. I think you can get quite a number of hammocks in that area. It's only 6 campsites. It's $10 for me to rent the campsite. I don't know if they would allow me to rent all 10, but you figure that's $60 for one night. If I did 2 nights, it's $120. So I was thinking of doing a Friday at 3 o'clock. Is when you can get in there, but because you can get in there earlier than that, but from 3 o'clock to 3 o'clock the next day. Well, I was thinking 2 nights would be 3 o'clock on a Friday to a 3 o'clock on a Sunday. I was thinking if I rent all 6 of those campsites, maybe I could rent it and we could do a Random Adventures 2.0, not hammock hang only, a hammock tent. I don't know about campers, maybe because that would take up maybe too much room, and a site like a small RV. I don't know if that would work. I mean, it could be self-contained and stuff, or maybe it would be a camper. We could figure out a spot to put a couple campers, because it really wouldn't, I think if we're renting the whole thing, it really wouldn't matter how we park, right? But maybe use that big fireplace as like a central spot for all of us to gather and hang out. There is that creek right there, really great for exploring that creek, the Loggers Trail. Anybody that wanted to go hiking, I couldn't do some of those hikes. But, you know, there is no water. Now with the Sawyer Squeeze, you could filter water, but a lot of people go camping and bring their water. I take 5-gallon jug in the car all the time. I have it in there. But, you know, food-wise, you know, maybe bring your own food of what you wanted to make or something like that. There's a lot to figure out for something like that. But Stitch and I were talking about it. I think it would work. I really do. But that's something that I'm not sure if I could take on planning all of it myself, because I really don't know how to do that. But maybe I could get with a couple people to work with to maybe do something like that. But I'm thinking maybe in May. I've already checked the dates in May, and I don't see anybody's reserved it in April and May, maybe one campsite in April. But for the most part, even right now, and I can reserve it now, you know, for then, and just sew the whole place up for just us, right? So, I mean, think about it. If it's something you guys might want to do, I would like to do that. I think it would be pretty cool. As for spring, what are my camping plans for spring and summer? Well, going to be going to some of those hammock hangs, and then also what we just talked about. So that's those type of campings. My regular stealth campings and stuff like that, car camping, all that stuff, that's going to continue. I don't really know from one week to another what I'm going to do that week. It's really weather dependent, and also cover, you know, leaves on trees, no leaves on trees. It kind of puts certain areas in and out of use, or how stealthy can we be, and how not necessarily unstealthy we need to be, you know. And that's why I like some areas better than others, because I mean, some people comment like, why don't you go in when it's completely dark? Like all the other stealth campers, you know, a lot of them you'll see don't go in until it's dark and late in the evening. Well, for me, I like to do more filming in the light, and then it is more challenging, way more challenging. So in a sense, you got to be a little bit more stealthy, right? So that makes for a real, in a sense, I'm not saying they're not real, but more of a stealth type situation. But managing lights and things like that, and when to turn them on, when not to turn them on. You don't see the 5 times that I don't get to turn the light on because there's stuff going on where I want to film, but I can't. So I wait. You see the stuff that I eventually get to film. But Maybe I should do one where it's like me in the dark and you can see why I can't film with lights on. I do get some of that in there. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? Oh, and there's Lou. Hey, Lou. Yes, 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 Lou. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, and Sean's adventures. Get well, bud. I certainly will. Rebecca says, hello from Crockett, Texas. Yes, I was late. Well, I'm late getting to your comment. I'm still trying to catch up. I'm 45 as yours, and we just hit 9 o'clock. I'm 15 minutes behind. Yep. Let's say, oh, that's a question, Lou. Was there a building around the fireplace originally? Yes, originally there was. I'm believing it was maybe the mess hall. It could have been the mess hall and office, the main structure for the camp. But if you look in on that board, I do show the one picture with all the white buildings I think there's 6 of them. There's 2 rows of 6, and I did see foundations for all those, and they were running parallel, well, opposite. So let's say north and west would be the building that was the chimney. Say that's north and west. All the other buildings ran east to west. So, and they all ran down from the chimney one. So I'm not exactly sure what that was, but that was, I would say it was the main building. And it's the only one that looked like it had a fireplace. Even when I looked at the pictures, the other ones didn't look like they had fireplaces. I don't know how they stayed warm in the winter because it's cold down there. It was really cold, colder down there in that mountain because you had the water there. But if you notice, the stream didn't have any ice around it, which is odd, really odd. Yeah, it was a CCC camp house. Hey, Dick in the Dirt, how are you doing? Yes, hey, Tony, just got back from our hiking trip. Well, I hope you stayed dry and figured out what that tarp, why that was dripping. But that rain sounded really good on your live last night, really did. Let's see. At PA, how long ago? So Lou, that camp, CC camp was from 1933 to 1941 is when they did that. And that's about the time that the program ran for. Oh yeah, I see you answered it there. There you go. Yeah, I should only do the questions that are directed for me because I know you guys are talking to one another. It was wet and rough one stitch. Yeah. We are beat. Yeah, I can imagine. It always takes it out of you. Well, it does me too, Dick. When I do a stealth camp or just even that car camp, there's a lot of planning that goes into it and a lot of filming, and your mind's just really all consumed. So, and as you guys know, I also do a lot of editing, so that when I'm done the next day, I'm pretty much finished editing within an hour or so after that. But for me to do one, I'm usually wiped out for the next day or two. I was thinking if I did a back-to-backer, how that would be. I don't know. Oh wait, I did it down at HangCon, and it did wipe me out down there. Yeah. So, Harbinger, how are you doing? Hello from Alabama. Love the live chat. Well, thank you. I love it too. I tell you what, if I didn't do one last Sunday, which I wasn't going to, I would have really missed you guys. I really, really would have. Oh, wow. Nuclear heart check this week. Oh, well, we'll be praying for you, brother. Hopefully everything goes good. Hey, James, Kenise, how are you doing? Hello, Random Ventures. Too much snow, right? Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that I didn't, but I was going to go camping right before that bad snow that we had. I was going to. It's a good thing I didn't because it was a very wet, heavy snow, and that's also the day that I got sick. But that's also the day that I was going to take George too. So I already committed to taking him to the VA, but it snowed. He had to cancel, so we went the next day on a different appointment. He's got 3 appointments a week, but we're all set up to where he's going to get transportation from the VA. They're going to drive 55 miles to pick him up and then take him there and then bring him back 3 times a week. So what a blessing that is, because like I said, he's a lot of issues. We just continue to pray for George, my friend George. That is good. So that's that Fusion IV with electrolytes and also potassium. So, alrighty. All right, let's scroll down. I got to get caught up. Hey, Green Hubs, how are you doing? We got a chance to talk on the phone the other day. Green Hubs and I, it's catching up. Not ketchup or mustard, but we were catching up. Dream stealth location. You know, I'm really not sure of the dream stealth location that I have. I'm not sure, because every it's going to be a really generic answer, because every stealth camp, just being able to get through it is a dream, right? But you know, I think ones that will be you know, then there's other things I think, and yeah, there's a lot of those, and they end up being great. I just love being out there, love the challenge of doing a stealth camp, but I'm not sure that I have a dream one yet. But when I do, it's gonna, well, you know what? I did have the storage shed, the one that was inspired by Steve Wallace. That was, I would consider that one was a dream one. I saw that he had done that camp outside of Home Depot a couple of years back, and then he went into the woods near the Home Depot, and he cooked. Well, he attempted to cook the MRE, the Canadian MRE. It was maybe too old for the heating pack that was in there, so he couldn't cook it, and he didn't have a backup source of way of cooking. So he went to a pub, got a hamburger, and I guess did his beer there, and went back into the woods. And while he was walking back to the woods, he had said, "Yeah, a lot of subscribers have said, you know, try to do one of the Home Depot storage sheds." He said, but a lot of times he finds them locked. And at that point, when I saw that video, like I said, it was 2 years ago, but I saw it a little over a year ago, and I thought, oh, I want to do an MRE in a storage shed, not necessarily a Home Depot one, but I was looking at a Home Depot. So I believe that that was kind of a dream location, but now it's done. It's not a dream anymore. But that one did really good. That one did over 33,000 views or 43,000 views, something like that. I'm not sure. But that one was a fun one. However, that was probably the most scared that I was. How is StealthCon 2.0 style coming along? So I don't know if it's going to be a StealthCon. To do a stealth with a bunch of people would be very hard, very, very hard, because just the people that would want to come in from other locations, it wouldn't really be a stealth. However, Jeff, I don't know if you listened, we're on earlier, I was talking about the place that had that big stone fireplace. Maybe in May, I think I would like to, if I'm going to do it, if we're going to do it, I've got to book it soon, because I want to carve out a Friday, Saturday night that gives us till Sunday at 3 p.m. to get out of there. And it's 6 campsites. It's the only spot, and nobody else can be there. And so I figured I'd like to get a place like that that could just be us. Unless Kay-Ann wants to open up that campground, maybe we can work something out at Kay-Ann's parents for a camp out in Western Pennsylvania sometime. And just kidding, Kay-Ann, I don't want to put you out like that. doing, let's see, scroll. Hey, Outdoors, Dreadhead, how are you doing? Yo, bro. Let's see. Oh, cool. All right, PA Wilderness. That's two of us. So, yeah. And I think it would be cool. Maybe we should, you should email me so that I can get your phone number. We can call and talk to one another. Yeah. Let's see. Scott rolling down. Yeah, and I think Skeeter's talked about it. So that's maybe three of us so far. Hey, Andre, how you doing? Hey, hello, Tony. Nice to see you. Nice seeing you too. Yes. Let's see. Would you like to go camping in Oklahoma sometime? Absolutely. I would love to do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah. Yep. And I mentioned last Sunday, I believe I talked about last Sunday. I did get with Steve. We just talk on, it's not Messenger, but it's like that. I believe it was on Instagram. So I sent him a message, just let him know that we were thinking about him and so forth. And he did message me back and stuff like that, that he's doing good. He tried to get out for a couple camps. I did talk about last Sunday, you know, a lot of people were commenting on Steve's channel on his Facebook, you know, where's Steve, you know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, I didn't make any comments or anything, but, you know, grief has stages. And, you know, when you're grieving, each stage is different. And he's going through one of the stages of grief. And just give him time. He's not giving up. A lot of people were saying, oh, he's not doing it anymore. He retired. No, he didn't retire. He's taking some time. You know, he will be back. He will be. And let's see. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Hello from Coldwater, Michigan. I got to get up to Michigan too. That's a great, looks like a lot of great stuff up there. I don't know about right now. It's cold up in Michigan. When you camped in the storage shed, were you afraid of them seeing your videos? Paused for a second. Oh, now I'm back. So I wonder why my internet's doing that. So I was, yes, I'm always worried after I do a video that, well, obviously people do see the videos, and I was kind of concerned that they would see it. I do believe they have seen it. They did not say anything, but the yellow gate that has been open for years is now closed every time their business is ended for the night. So I have a feeling that was due to that video. So once you do a stealth camp someplace, you pretty much ruin it, forever doing it again. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm going down through the comments here, just looking so I don't miss anybody that just popped in. Hey, Rebecca with 2Ks. God bless. Love you too. There's a Darlene. Let's see. And let's see. Oh, good night, everyone. That was quick. Rebecca. Good night. Hopefully you're still on here. Maybe you did leave. Good night, good night, good night. There you go. Hey, PNW Adventures 707 looking very northwest side. Ooh. Oh, cool. Yeah, so Pacific Northwest. I appreciate that. Okay. Mike M, how are you doing? I think you should try a stealth in refrigerator refrigerator behind appliance store. Yeah, a refrigerator box. Yeah, that would be, whenever they have refrigerators, like the old kind that had the handles, that used to be death traps. You used to have to take your old refrigerator door off before you junk it. But yeah, that would be interesting. Depends on timing. Let's see, I go around to watch the dog. Oh yeah, yeah. Elephants are on 40s. I'm sorry. I'm making sure I get down through these. Oh, 7 centimeters of snow tonight in Quebec, Canada. Lots of fun with the hot tent. Well, Andre, you have a fun time out there with that. Yeah. Oh, I think it's Masten, not On. I believe it's Mastin instead of Maston. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but it looks like I'm all caught up. Look at that. Oh, and Crackaday just commented. If it's just me, myself, and I, do I need a 3-person tent? Yes. And just so you've all got enough room to do that. All right. Well, I was going to talk about something. Hey, Isaac, how you doing? You should camp in Centralia sometimes. I've done that twice, Isaac. So my very first overnight camp that I ever did in a hammock, or just ever did, was in Centralia, PA, during the middle of a snowstorm that was coming up the coast, Snowstorm Izzy. So that's my very first Centralia, or my very first overnight hammock camp, was that one. That's a long video, and I was cold. I was very, very cold. And I was worried, did I do the right thing? Because I didn't know if I was going to get stranded there, stuck there. Was I going to be able to stay warm enough? I had a lot of problems keeping my feet warm in that one, different things like that. So, yeah, but Isaac, I did that one. And then when I got back from, when I got back from my trip across America last year, maybe June or something, I revisit that spot and did a second one there as well. Oh, there's going all the comments again. Hey, John, how are you doing? Stealth camp in a zoo. That'd be fun. Yeah, it would, but it would be illegal to try. Very, unless I got hired. So, and then I said, hey, I want to sleep in here with the animals. So, yeah, then it wouldn't be a stealth camp because they would know. KN says, hammock camping might be a bit of a challenge. Haha. Definitely be a bit of a stealth situation for approximate trees for several people. Awesome, KN. Yeah. No, it's, I love hammock camping, and people say, why do you hammock camp? Well, because that was the cheapest way for me to actually go out camping. So that very first camp that I did, that hammock setup was like $100 for everything, maybe 120, because I had to wait till I got this. This is my old top quilt here. This one's in a lot of videos. It looks very green. I mean, bright green in that video. But this one's a down one. This was only like, I waited till it was on sale in Amazon years and years ago. Well, not years and years ago, but some time back to get that one. And then as soon as I got it that week. And then the snowstorm was coming up the coast. And I went, oh, I should go camping. And that's the same video that when Lisa had gone, hey, what's our all of our passwords for the bank accounts and stuff, because she was worried I wasn't going to make it as well. Hey, Tani, Jasmine, how are you doing? Good evening. I've been watching and giving the likes and thumbs up. Just wanted to say hello. from me, and God bless. God bless you too. Really appreciate all your comments and different times you've given to the channel and things like that. Really appreciate it, and very much enjoy having you part of the 2.0 family. In fact, all of y'all, really, I'm blessed. I really am. Last Sunday, it's really neat. Last Sunday, right before we went live, we had just hit 13,600 2.0 family members. And as of tonight, before we went live, we're just shy of 8 more people, and we get to 13,700. So we've gained 100 this week since last Sunday. And I believe that's what we did the week before as well. And then 3 weeks ago, we were growing because of the couple videos, the Buc-ee's video, the airport video. I think we gained almost 1,000 subscribers just from those 2 videos by themselves. Really cool. But the 2.0 family is growing, and a lot of people got a lot of videos to watch from our from everything. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, especially if you just newly found the channel. Yeah, there's a lot of videos, lots of videos to go back and watch. Yeah. Hey, Mary B, how are you doing? Which is Miss PTL Fabrication. There you go. Hi, Tony. Let's see. That's let's see. Going down. Yeah, so for me to tent camp, that's why I've never tent camped. I've tent camped a long time ago on as a kid with my parents. I do have still somewhere. I don't know if everything's there yet because it's been 15 years, maybe more. My father-in-law had gotten maybe it's 20 years ago. We had gotten a big 8-person big tent from like Costco years and years ago. Thing's heavy. But we took my kids, my father-in-law and I took them up to State Lake, Raystown Lake, out near Huntington. And we did a weekend up there. It was great. We had a really good time. I think Emma was only like 4 years old. So yeah, that's been a long time. Maybe she was 5 years old, and she's 19 now. So yeah, that was the only other time that I camped, was way back then. It was like 2010. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Hey, Outdoors Dreadhead, do you use a ridgeline in your hammock? And if so, how hard was it for you to get it just right? I've been trying to get mine set up right. Well, it wasn't I want to say it wasn't hard. I knew it wasn't right at one point, but once I've gotten it set, I have had to adjust it maybe once or twice. But like the one back there on the wall, that one it's jammed, it's stuck. Those whoopee slings are hard for me to get loosened. That one I can't get unloosened to make it longer. So that one's got a little bit different of a sag, and that's why that's male hammock. Yeah. But the one that I have, yeah, all of my ONEWIND Outdoor ones, come with it. And once I get them set, they're pretty much, I leave them alone, and I just pull the straps till I got the straps. It's funny, when I get them tight, pretty much all the way tight, it's tight because it's made my ridgeline. I can feel it right there, hit my ridgeline on the hammock. And then I know to stop. I might do a little bit of adjustment here and there, but for the most part, with that ridgeline, if you don't have a ridgeline, your hammock's kind of like straight. That leaves you with a good sag. And once you get the sag right and you can feel it right, you pretty much know you've got it right. Every once in a while, you might have to fiddle with it a little bit, or as Stitch would say, futz with it, a little bit of futzing. But I really don't futz with it too much because it's really really been good. Yeah, once I get it set. So I hope you get a chance to get it set right. And if we ever hammock camp together, or you go to find a hammock hang somewhere that you can attend, you know, that someone there will really help you get it set up right and dialed in. But just keep playing with it, and once you get it right, I think you'll know it. Yeah. But let's see. Let's see. Oh, did I miss somebody? Oh, yeah, I did. Hey, how are you doing? From upstate New York. Wow. Awesome. I love upstate New York. As you know, we did that Three Amigos camp. Stitch, Alpine Warrior, and I did that camp up in the Adirondacks. Hey, 80s Eric, how are you doing? Hey, Tony, good to see you. Good to see you in the comments. Yes, always great when you jump in. Let's see. Oh yeah, me and Shug Emery should do a meetup. Would be a great video. Personalities would work great together. Yeah, he's a clown, right? He used to be a clown, but I used to be able to juggle. I haven't tried in a long time. I wonder if I should try. Uh, I don't know. I just don't know if the speed's there anymore. But I used to juggle a lot. Oh, Hammock Mountain. Oh. Thank you so much, Hammock Mountain, for the super sticker. And I got questions that I'm getting to up here. But thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, Suge and I, he can't talk right now, but he's still putting videos out, and you can learn a lot from him as far as hammocks. He teaches you a lot. So maybe go over and check him out for the hammock ridgeline as well. He just did one recently on the ridgelines and about, can you make your ridgeline too tight, or whoopee sling too tight? That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, your town is an hour and 45 minutes south of you. Okay. So if you're up there, maybe you're closer to Maston Park or World's End, because that's about how long it takes me to get to World's End, almost an hour and a half. Yeah, no, we'll have to work on getting together. Let's see. At Chickasaw National Park in Salt Baja has two groups every 2-0 camping. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. The words are all jumping around. No, can't tell if I'm reading it right. At Chickasaw National Park in Sulphur, as sorry, two groups every maybe two groups to a camping site. I'm thinking. Alrighty. Let's see. All right. Well, good night, Dick in the Dirt. I know it's tiring, but looking forward to seeing that video once you get it all done up and posted. Really, and welcome back too. Definitely welcome back. Yeah. Yeah. Skeeter is pretty close. We're neighbors. Yeah. Was catch up on reading? Let's see. Same 107 miles. Okay. North Tioga County. Okay. Yeah, Tioga County. That's a beautiful county up there. I'd like to get up there and do more. Looks like there's lots of opportunities up in that area. Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that was you, Random Exploring 1.0, that you were Sunshine. I remember you being Sunshine. And then when I saw the random here the other night, I was like, oh, so there you go. Let's see. Yeah, Dick and Dirt telling me thank you. Hey Mario, how you doing? From Mount Bethel, PA. Yes, a a lot of history in Pennsylvania. Okay, think I am all caught up. Yes. All right. So, ta-da! Oh, and it only took me an hour and a half to get caught up to all the comments. All right. So I know there was a lot of you probably guessing, what's that ingredient Tony's talking about? Were you surprised when you found out that it was fluff, marshmallow on that burger? Yeah, trying to get a ball rolling on the exploring adventure. Yes. So we had the hot crispy oil. So I know last week, or I forget when it was, but when we did the video, there was a lot of people asking. I don't know if it was a lot of people, but there was people asking, where do you get this? And Stitch had said on Amazon. So I didn't get this one on Amazon, but I did go on to Amazon, went onto my storefront, and so when you go on to anything that you see on my channel, always check on my storefront, Amazon storefront, because a lot of times I'll put that stuff on my storefront. I don't know if I just, because I got that directly from the Ridgeline light. I got that exactly. I got that from the Haven hammock site. I did find it on Amazon, so I did put the link in my Amazon store that I think it was under lighting. So I tried to group things like lighting, backpacking food, stoves, electronics. So a lot of the stuff that you see me use, I eventually try to get it on our Amazon storefront. Just saying that if you do buy it through the Amazon storefront, I do get credit for it. Or if you are going to buy something on Amazon and you go to my storefront and it's not on there, just if you put up in the search bar and it takes you to somewhere in Amazon, if you buy it, no matter what it is, I think they still give me some credit. Now it's not much, but I'll tell you what, every little bit does help. Every little bit helps. And they did tell me I was they're doing something different with me because I've had a lot of traffic that goes to through my Amazon site. But I don't concentrate on it. Maybe I should concentrate on a little bit more. So if you guys think about it and you ever want to go get something on Amazon, go to my storefront. And even though I don't have it, it'll take you to wherever you want to go on Amazon. And then if you purchase it, it'll say, oh, you came through this channel to get to it. I don't know, little things, I guess. But yes. Okay, let's see. Okay. Ooh, yep. Thank you. And then Darlene giving a thumbs up. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? And good night, Small Town Adventures. Any advice for a brand new YouTuber? Yes. I know I was just talking to someone, I'm not going to mention their name, but I just was talking to someone that would like to do more going out camping, filming, things like that. My biggest advice to someone that's starting a YouTube channel, get an editing app that is comfortable for you. Because if you're not comfortable with the editing of it, you'll never be happy with the filming of it because you won't be able to edit it. So I encouraged this individual to download Power Director because that's what I use and that's what I'm familiar with. And then film yourself. Everybody wants to go out, get out and now maybe you already are familiar with editing and stuff, but this is just my advice. Film yourself sitting on the couch. This is what I did. I knew I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't know how to do it. So just a couple years ago, so I found Power Director, and I was watching other people, and I found Power Director, got it on my phone, and I just sat there on my couch one day and I filmed myself talking to the camera, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go to the kitchen. And then, I put it on a selfie stick and I walk and talk. And then I put the camera like on a shelf, and then, film myself doing that. I did maybe 10 clips, 20 seconds, 30 seconds long, from me going to the kitchen, from the kitchen back to the couch, and then talking, and then stopping. And then I downloaded all those in my phone, because it was already in my phone, into that app. And then I just started editing that to make it fluid, like me doing a walk by. You see the back of me, the front of me, playing around with learning it, but playing around with it, because I knew that once I went out and started getting footage, it would be meaningless. If I got all this footage and couldn't do anything with it or know how to do anything with it. So my advice with anybody that's starting a YouTube channel, get to know your editing program. And you don't have to be a whiz at it, but just enough to put together something, but get familiar with it before you frustrate yourself out in the field. So, and then come back and go, oh, I can't figure all this out. I've got all this footage and I don't know what to do with it. So do a lot of it around the house, just playing, doing close-ups with things. I did a bottle. I mean, I was doing crazy stuff. I'd get a bottle, set a bottle on the coffee table. I'd set the camera up so it was focused on, the bottle looked huge. And then I got a step ladder, 3-step ladder, and took it further back, and then climbed up on the step ladder and stuck my one foot out over the step ladder and made it look like I was standing on the bottle. I was playing with so much stuff just to get familiar with it. And then I'd try editing it and playing around with it. But once you do all that stuff, I would say I know you'd be very excited to you get your first video. Man, I'm excited. This is what I did. I put it right out there. I kind of wish I would have waited until I had at least 10 videos that I could schedule one a week for 10 weeks, if that makes sense. So getting different videos. Now, also, what is the genre? Don't get too set on what your channel is going to be, because believe it or not, it will change. It may change. You may find something during the course of making your videos and your YouTube channels that are not clicking with the audience, but some things may click. So you may learn to change. That's like one individual I'm talking about. I believe he's still in here. He knows how to forage. I don't. But he knows how to forage in the woods for mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. But yet, that's not a real big thought on his. But when we were talking, I'm like, oh my goodness, go out and just do foraging videos. You don't have to do a camping video if you're not comfortable or have everything to start doing the camping videos. Start doing the foraging, talking about the foraging. They don't have to be long videos, but you will find a niche that's going to be good for you. So I would say getting content and then starting to release the content over a period of time to give yourself time to get more comfortable with things. But I would say, I wish I would have done it, had 10 videos ready to go when I started my channel, but I was so excited to start it, just get stuff out there. But when someone comes and finds your channel, then they'll have stuff to go back and look at while you're making a new video. Because a lot of people, when they find a channel, I would say maybe 80% of the people that find your channel, they just want to see what you're doing next. Like they'll find your newest video and they're like, hey, when you doing this? When you doing that? When are you doing this? I can't wait to see it. And you've already done those things in your older videos, but they want to see it something new. And they wait for you to come out with something new. I don't know if that was long-winded, but that would be a little bit of advice just from somebody who's, still trying to figure it all out myself. Yeah. Drive 200 miles going to grocery store. Oh, wow. Let's see. Lou says, was it just a regular old marshmallow fluff? Yes. Regular old marshmallow fluff. Who would have thought, right? And so I've got this crispy hot oil. Now this is crispy garlic. The glare of the light, I can't really see it, but there's stuff in here. Let's see. A blend of fresh crispy garlic, shallots, and hot chili peppers with oil, and it's a lot of oil. So you saw me spoon it on. Something I will not do, or something I do differently, and I don't recommend putting that on and then flipping it, because then that hot oil and everything gets on there. You heard me coughing. Oh, really? That it's like pepper spray. So that's how I was really coughing a lot. But it also took all of that, and because I was frozen there for a second. Like I said, I don't know why my internet's doing that. It shouldn't do that. But anyhow, probably one thing I would not do is put that hot oil, crispy oil, on your burger and then flip it. Don't do that. Flip your burger and everything like that. Once it's ready, build the burger, put the hot, crispy oil on there, then put the marshmallow fluff on, let it melt. Oh, and then I did provolone cheese. I believe, you could use American cheese. I just like provolone, but American cheese you can do as well. But boy, was that good. Now, I could have done onions, did a onion slice, big round onion slice, did that on the grill too. But I decided to go with the Pepperidge Farm onion bun. Yum. That was really good. And I toasted it on the grill as well. But yeah, it was everybody surprised with that. And I know when we were talking about it on our Thursday night premiere, nobody was guessing it. Stitch was saying almond joy, yeah, with the coconut. Let's say, is Power Director better than CapCut? I'm going to say yes, a lot better, because I don't know CapCut, but CapCut might be good for you. Power Director, I just know, has been really, really awesome for me. They did recently change providers for their copyright-free music. Their music is horrible that they got. Fortunately, I had the music from before, two of my only songs that I really like to use, but there's some older songs that I did like as well. But I don't use a lot of music in my videos anymore. It's really depending on what I'm doing. What I did a video once. It's in a playlist. It's not part of stealth camping or camping. It might be. I think I did one on Power Director. So check that out. Check out my video on Power Director. It's in there somewhere. It's in one of the playlists, but I think the playlist is okay. I got the internet off of my phone because it keeps stalling on me. Really weird. I don't know if it's weather related or not, but as far as CapCut, I don't know what CapCut's like, but I do have some training video on my Power Director showing things, but I do have one titled Using the Right Music. So I show it like, hey, this is what this scene would look like with this music. This is what this scene would look like, this music. So choosing the right music, and that was some of the toughest things when I was adding music to my videos. With me walking and I want music playing, and during my hike or doing something, I'd overlay music. Music can either make or break a video. At least I think. And I try to show that on that one video where look at these 3 different scenes. Here's the music for 3 different songs overlaid, and you can see which one doesn't work, which one really doesn't work, and which one really fit. So that's 2. But now I don't even put music except for my intro and my exit, except for on Thursday night's video. You'll see when I had the sunrise. I didn't record any morning noise from things. Plus the creek gave too much noise, would pick up too much noise. So I decided to go with a, music, and it wasn't long, 20 seconds maybe. But I've learned to like more because when I was editing, I was putting the music in, but then I was finding that the sound that I was cutting out was much more inviting than the music, because the music, not everybody likes that genre you might put on, but everybody likes the sound of a little bit of rain on a tarp, the crunching of leaves. So for me, I started going with more the cricket sounds, natural, going with more natural sounds during my videos in camps. Try to make it more like you're there, but maybe you're there, you like to listen to music, but I'm trying to do it a little different. Oh, nice advice, great advice. Thank you. Oh, good night, all from the Caribbean islands, hey, of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, hey, maybe I could do an island stealth camp down there sometime. Come and visit you. Yes. Alrighty. Very true. Yeah. Good night. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? Welcome. In here to say Tony 2.0 family. Yeah. Say hey. Yes. Glad to see you. All right. Hey, Eric Manning, brother. How are you doing? Hello, 2.0 and family FYD Trails. Welcome. What program do you use to edit Power Director? Use it, an app on my phone. They do have a desktop version, but I don't want to be tied to my computer to do things, and it's easier with my thumbs. And when I learned it, that program was very early in my wanting to do YouTube, and I was planning on doing a Appalachian Trail through hike. Thought I can't take a laptop, so how do they do it? So I knew they did it some other way. So look at that. See, I'm starting to burp a lot. I don't know why I'm doing that. Weird. Do a lot of foraging at the Dollar General. Yeah, I do a lot of that too. I love going into like Dollar General. Dollar General stealth camp I did, and we cooked everything from Dollar General. We did the meatball subs where I found the sauce with the meatballs on the shelf, not refrigerated or anything, and the jalapeno squeeze cheese, and we made the meatball subs. Great. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I am doing good, doing good. Yeah. Okay, do you have to keep your audience interested in your video? Um, yes, so you have to keep your audience interested in the video. One of the ways that I do that is, if you'll notice, I only use my phone to film. So I don't have a lot of different cameras. So that's just easier for me. Maybe it's easier for you to use different cameras. However, for me, it's not only the sound, but it's also going to be your camera changes and camera angles. So, like, I can't believe Sunday Night Live does so well because we're one camera, one angle the whole time. But in videoing, what I've found and what I try to do is do multiple different camera changes, because if I am talking and you eventually zone out on me talking, I'll kind of snap you back to maybe to what I'm either saying or something that I want you to focus on by doing different camera changes. And I try not to do anything longer, and you'll see that, unless I start getting tired of doing different stuff. But I don't like to leave it on for one angle for more than half a minute sometimes. But I like to try to get more, maybe 2 or 3 changes within a certain period of time. I don't know, that's me, that's what I'm doing, but I find that it does keep people watching longer. And I did notice, and I want to thank y'all, the last 2 videos that I did do, the hammock one that we did in the Pines, and then this one last Thursday, which was with the big fireplace. The average view time for both of those videos was 21 minutes for the average. That's a good average. You know, a lot of times if I have, say, like a video, it'll be maybe 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, but these were up in the 20s, which is really great. And it makes you reevaluate some of your content. Was that because I was cooking? Was it because we walked around a little bit more and looked at other things and it was historic and it was, so you evaluate your analytics all the time. So as a smaller channel, you might not really have a lot to look back on. Just keep doing what you're doing, because when people find you, they're going to find you. And it really has a lot to do with YouTube helping people find you. So like I said, I still haven't figured it out. I'm hoping I can figure it out one day. But just enjoy your content, enjoy getting out there and camping. Whatever you're doing and filming, make sure you're enjoying it. Because if you're not enjoying it, it's going to get very hard to do quick. Maybe not quick, but it will get hard. And then your viewers will start to sense you don't enjoy it. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can sense I still like it. Yeah. I'm liking it. But I also enjoy doing other things too. I don't know. So if you noticed, I haven't been doing a lot of, reviews. All right, so I get tons of people that want me to review things, but I've kind of backed off of it a little bit. But I might still be throwing some in there, because especially if they're camping related. Now I know this item isn't camping related, but I did just get one, and I know I've done different power stations and power banks, but this one's supposed to be a new revolution of a power bank. It's 4,000 watt hours. Thing's huge, but it's not huge. Like, it's not huge. And it's kind of 70 minutes to get to 80% from zero. So it's kind of like the flash one that we have. So, you know, like I said, they ask every once in a while if a lot of people ask if I would do reviews. I don't, man, I'm not a review channel. However, I like to review things. One, because you get a product and then you can review it. And, you know, and I always do a stipulation with them. It's, you know, I'm doing an honest review. If I don't like it, I'm going to mention it. So far, there hasn't really been anything. There was one, yeah, they sent me, it was an espresso maker and a thermos espresso maker that I got. And when I got it, I had to order the little cups that go in it. So that took a little while. And I got the cups, I did it, and I was like, I emailed them and I said, I'm not really like it that much. I think it's too bulky for taking camping, and you get a little shot of espresso that is like an ounce. And then if there's two of you, you got to wait 15 minutes to make a second one, unless you boil water. But you had to boil the water in something else and pour it into it and then use it. And I was corresponding back and forth with them, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'll send it back to you. And I didn't hear from them on a little bit. And I had checked, because it sat here for a year. And I went back on, I went on Amazon, I went on all kind of places, put in the website. They went out of business. So I have it. I don't use it at all. It was a bad idea. So I only look at things that are camping related or something that I might be able to incorporate in our either car camping. And that's what I'm thinking about this power bank. It can be used for a small camper as well. I got to find out more about it. I just wrote them back and said, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'm interested, but I need more correspondence. So we'll see. Hey, Andrew, that was perfect. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, temperature drop. Tony froze. He's not asleep, folks, just frozen. Yeah, so hopefully I'm not going to freeze again, because I did take it off of this. Hey, Randy, or Dandy Rivera. Hello from New York, Dandy. Yes, awesome. Okay, I thought it was on my end. Yeah. Great advice. Thank you. Here from Chicago, checking in. FYD Trail. So Chicago, awesome. Yeah, and it was also play on how long the video is. And oh, yeah, that's good advice there too. Andrew, you also can play with how long the video is. Some like short time, others like 3-hour videos. Yeah, so it's really going to be finding out what your viewer is like. I know when I do, I've only done a couple shorts, and that's been based on some of the videos. I'm trying to get into it, but the way I film, it's not conducive to it. But I did do a couple. I do pick up subscribers. I don't get a lot of views on the shorts. I did start redirecting to my channel, but there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. I'm just not a shorts guy, and I'm not. I've never done a 3-hour video. Maybe I should try sometime and just do one, see how it does. But I know AB Camping. His is Tony from AB Camping. He does 3-hour. He did a 5-hour video. But you're going to find what works good for you. Get the Power Director 365. Yeah, I'm not sure what the 365. That might be the upgrade now. 365, Ed. I'm not sure. Are you using free version of Power Director or did you upgrade? So I start out, and I recommend start out with the free version. You're going to have a little watermark, but if you're not posting videos and you don't care about having the watermark on there, Don't worry about it. Do that for a little bit until you can figure out, is this the one I want to use? But I'm going to say I did upgrade. I upgraded, probably after I played around with a little while. I did put out a video using it just privately, and that had the watermark on it. And then I went ahead and bit the bullet and spent the $37 for the year to get it upgrade. So I do have the upgrade, because with the upgrade you get the expanded music. The expanded music isn't as good as what it used to be. My songs aren't in the expanded version. I complain to them, things like that, and no. But so I had to get it a different way, get my music back a different way. But I did upgrade. I do recommend upgrading if you don't mind, or paying the $37. But well worth it. Well worth it. It's $37 well spent on a program that can work very, very good for you. And it's portable. That's why I like having it on my phone. If I'm waiting for something and I'm just sitting there and I go, well, I might grab my camera and drop a couple videos in there and play around with them, do a little bit of editing, try a couple things. Just, you're always working on things. And if your phone's always with you and your downtime on something, well, rather than just sitting there staring off to space or flipping through things on your phone or going down rabbit trails, work on something that'll improve you, make you a little better, even if it's only 5 minutes a day. Yep. So that's what I've done. Oops, I forgot the 3 question. That's all right. Yeah. I didn't put any music in my video from yesterday. Okay. It was a train and I didn't want to cover the noise. Right. And there is, so when you're going to put music with a video, what you can do on Power Director, you can click on the video clip. You can mute it so that you only have the music. Or what I like to do sometimes, especially with my intro, maybe the first 2 little clips, I don't have any sound from what I'm doing. But if I like the sound, I will allow the sound with the music, and I'll ramp it up as it goes through towards me getting started in the video. So when you see the music fading out, sometimes you would have already had some sound from whatever I'm doing before the camera changes again, and then me saying, "Hey, Tony here, Ram Adventure 2.0. Where are we at? What are we doing?" No, it's not going to be a video. But you'll learn to play around with a lot of stuff, overlaying pictures while you're still talking to make it look like a different camera angle. And yeah, I would love to do a class someday on it. And I've thought about making some more editing videos and filming videos. I thought about it, but yeah, I could one day, maybe. So, but they take a lot of time and thinking of what I would do. But maybe I can make some smaller videos and say, here's how to do this with the program. I think it would help a lot of people. But Power Director actually already does that. But I've watched their things, and I don't always understand or get what they're doing unless I'm doing it myself. All right. I'm scrolling down quick. I was all caught up, and boy, everybody's in here. That's great. Oh, I saw a hello, Sean. Hey, there you are. Brother, how are you doing? Yes, and I'll tell you what, your camera work has gotten really good over the years since you've had your channel. And I don't know if anybody knows, but in your one video where your hang con video where you carved, that's awesome. I used to love to do carving as well. Haven't been able to do it with this hand yet, but that's a gift. Really is a gift. You do a great job with it. Yeah. Has a certain let's see, Ed. Tony has a certain way of telling a story that is one step beyond the average. Ah, well, thank you. Guess I'm a good communicator, right? But you know, believe it or not, you know, I like explaining things the way I understood it, if that makes sense. And there's not skipping over things because I want you to know how I got it and understood it. So maybe that's why. But you should try it. Camping allows you to get the noise out of your head. It's wonderful distraction. Absolutely. I don't know who that was to. Oh, FTD. Oh, FYD Trail. Yeah. Oh, you'll have to go camping. Have to. And let's say don't go camping yet. Just go sit in the woods. Find a stream, sit next to it, and give yourself, I like to say 5 minutes, but usually within 5 minutes of sitting somewhere in the woods, it comes alive. Really does. But if you can go somewhere and just sit and observe for a half an hour, close your eyes and fall asleep. I've done that many times hunting when I was younger. Get to a tree, lean back, listening to all the noise, and the next thing you know, I'd be snoozing. Yeah. Yeah. Right. The fiddling phase. Yeah. For me, it was, you know, I just got into the hammock, and I would say that first night was a little rough, but after that, and then you start learning a lot more. And then once you got it, you got it. That's my brother Elric, the Black Heart. Alrighty. Hey, brother, how you doing? Hopefully you're healing up good. We got to talk on the phone soon. I think about you every day and continuing to pray for you. So that's our brother in the Lord. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I'm going down. Oh, yeah, been sick all day. Me too. Actually, for multiple days. Last night was the roughest night I think I've ever had. And I was really concerned. I was really concerned. Almost like that. Am I dying? You know, I wasn't sure. I really wasn't. I'm not afraid to die, but certainly didn't want to last night. Yeah. All right. Well, hope you're feeling better. Yes. Oh yeah, a cot. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I've camped with a cot a couple times. Sandy Porchy doing YouTube. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, very supportive. Yeah, I enjoy doing. I mean, this last one Thursday night was an hour long. I can make them shorter, kinda. I could. I mean, they would be a lot longer than an hour, but I'm trying to keep them around 45 minutes to an hour. But because we were at a great spot, and I made breakfast the next morning. It was longer because we went for that walk to the stream. That was a longer video because we put out the trail cam for the first time. It was a longer video. So there's certain things that do make it a little longer, but it's also content, and it's not the same content. So it kind of keeps people more interested. I know maybe it was everybody stayed on for longer because they were like, what's he putting on that burger? So there might have been that. You know, if I had said, "Hey, we're going to put fluff on this burger," if I had said that in the first 2 minutes of the video, everybody would, "Oh, well, we ain't staying here." But it was fun. It was good interaction. It was good interaction for me. I really liked it, and I'm surprised nobody guessed it. Oh, happy 2.0 hours. So we just hit the 2 hour mark. Oh, wait, we did 2 hours and 9 minutes. Oh, I thought the 9 was a 0. All right. I personally don't like shorts. I prefer longer videos. Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, longer videos, I'm not sure how much longer, over an hour, I could get away with. Depends on what the video and the content is. And I would think somebody would want to watch, but I think I would have to be doing multiple things and talking about stuff to hold on to. I'm going to be doing something different. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But I also don't want people to get bored and fall asleep on my videos, but I'm sure people do, which is okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're good at it, and a lot of people don't know what you do for a living. I don't know if you want to put that down below, but I encourage you. You should start making videos of that as well. I don't want to say because I don't know if you wanted people to know, but I encourage you to do that. What? Hey, Pork Roll Adventures. Hi, everyone. Hi, Tony. How are you doing, brother? Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Pork Roll. Everybody's saying, hey, Pork Roll, Pork Roll. Yeah. Oh, and Pork Roll is really, you're very good, but I don't know if you all ever had Pork Roll. Squib. He's done a video, breakfast sandwiches with pork roll. I remember as a kid making pork roll, and it comes in a box. I think it's a orangish colored box, and it's got a pig on it, and it's pork roll. I don't know if it's some type of a bologna. Well, I guess pork. But making that and an egg sandwich. Ooh, I used to make a pork roll grilled cheese. Yeah, kind of like a big piece of bologna, thick. Let's see. I think car camping would be perfect. Yeah, do some car camping, definitely. I'll let's see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah, I did see that you were doing that. I think that's going to be great. We'll be talking about it on a live stream on Thursday night. I'd like to have you out. Yeah, I don't know if I can get away with getting down to Florida again this soon, but would definitely love it. And if anybody's in your area, I encourage them to go check out Rewild's the Wild Camp 2024. Yeah, and like I said, we're going to have an R 2.0 camp coming. I think, like I said, I know we've already got 3 people that said they want to go to that camp up in Maston. So that we just did the rock wall. 6 campsites. I can. It wouldn't be too much for me to rent the whole thing. I think it would be under 2 nights, 120 plus 650, maybe less than $150, I think, to rent the whole place. If they let me do all campsites together and only have one $6.50 registration fee. Like I said, I have to give them a call, check. Hey, James Rockford, how are you doing, brother? I'm sorry. Oh, I am late. Watch whole program later. I got stuck working. Yeah, no, sorry about that too. Yeah, and thanks a lot for the I know last Sunday, if you guys didn't see it, I opened that piece of mail that James sent us, and it was a whole box of dude shower, dude wipes, and different things for, when you don't, when you're camping and you want to get cleaned up, doing your dude parts and things. So, the writings and the stuff it talks about on there is just really great. All right, so let's see. I love work roll, but let's see. Hey, Sarah, how are you doing, Sarah? Oh, your videos definitely aren't boring. I love all your adventures. Brother, I'm Jazz. How are you doing? Hi, Tony. Are you planning on doing bushcraft skills? Uh, thanks, hanging in there, friend. Bushcraft skills, kind of do want to start adding a little bit more different things in there. Like I said, doing fire strikers and stuff like that. When I'm cold, this hand doesn't work as good, but yeah, I should start incorporating more and more stuff. A little bit here, a little bit there. But yeah, I got to learn some of them first. I know there's a lot of different stuff to do. Yep. Yeah. So let's see. PNW Adventure. Is that a question? Let me see. Just make a small scene from a video into a short and use them to pull people to your videos. Yeah, I did do that with several videos lately, but I used the whole video. But that's a good idea. I should use just small scene, because most of my filming that I do, like I might have 150 some videos that I shoot for one video. They're anywhere from 5 seconds, 6 seconds to 15 minutes, especially if I'm doing a long time lapse or something, or just letting the camera run. So I have that many that that's what I edit my videos from. But they're all in timeline and time sequence. And there's a lot of stuff you guys don't ever get to see because I'm like, nah, that won't work on there. It's gonna overlay too much or do something. Yes, that's what I wanted you to say. So Rewild, he's a farrier. He trims trim and horseshoes. Don't you guys think he should do videos on that as well? I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, I think that would be something a lot of people would want to watch. Yeah, yeah. No, great. Joseph is hey Joseph, how you doing? Strickland, saying Taylor ham pork roll is best. So now we're gonna go find out what all kind of pork rolls there are. Yep. Let's see. Oh, pork roll, egg and cheese on everything bagel. What? Yeah, I love everything bagels. I certainly do. I bet you a little bit of cream cheese put on that too would be great. I do put cream cheese on an egg sandwich on a bagel because I like bagels with cream cheese. So sometimes I'll use the cream cheese instead of cheese, just because it's creamier. But when the cream cheese gets hot, it kind of mushes out. All right. We smoke pork butt at least once a month. Lou said, what? Once a month? Wow, that's awesome. Yes, pork roll. All righty. Let's see. Question here. Random question from Jay Robinette. What is the medallion on your necklace? Nice. Well, thanks for asking. So this necklace was given to me on our very first meetup that I ever had, the Cabela's meetup. Stitch and I had been, or not Stitch, Alpine Warrior and I had been talking for a while on the phone, and he helped, said he was coming down from upstate New York to the meetup and things. And we were, he was encouraging me very early on my channel. And when he came to the, he learned about me doing rock climbing, things like that, and knew that I used to do that. But when I had my stroke, I talked to him about not being able to do that anymore. And, I'd like to one day, but I blame my wife. And Stitch is a rock climber. But he had given me this the one night him and I were together out there in the parking lot after everybody had left. That is a rock climber. I'm trying to get close to the camera. It is a mountaineer climbing a mountain, and the thing that's going around is a carabiner. He had got it off Esty, I believe. I tried looking for it. I can't find it on there because many people have asked me about that, but he gave it to me that night. I haven't taken, believe it or not, I've never taken it off. And I even said to him when he gave it to me, he says, how much I liked it, but he gave it to me. And here's the reason why. So he gave it to me because he said, I want you to wear this on your neck, as a reminder that you to get back to doing the things that you used to do. Rock climbing. Now I did do out Devil's Tower. Got to go little rock climbing out there, and that's on the travel video. Went up about with Frank Sanders up about 24 feet, not on Devil's Tower, but in a community center. But I climb way different now. Stitch wanted to get me out doing a little bit of rock climbing and Blamey out when I was out in Colorado. But when he gave this to me, I put it on. I said, oh, as soon as I saw it, I said, oh, Miss 2.0 is going to want that. So I really don't take it off. One is a reminder to get back to doing what I do. And it was such an awesome, meaningful gift for me from him, from my brother Alpine. And so the second reason I don't take it off is because I wouldn't get it back on. Because Miss 2.0 would have it. She would put it on and wear it. And I like her. I love her. We've been married a long time. I'm guarding this with my life. No, just kidding. Yeah, I'd love to find her one just like it. That would be cool. All right. Let's see. I seen the last video. Okay. Let's see. Good night, Red Bush Primitives. Let's see. Oh, did I miss something? Let's see. Let's see. Good night, all. Work tomorrow. Oh, I saw. Holy cow, Joe Robinette. I thought, but it's Joe Robinette. There you go. Let's see. He gets busy sometimes. He's got things he's got to do, and he's not available when he's doing that, and he can't jump on a lot of times. So I know that. You guys don't know that all the time, but same. But yeah, we do talk. Yeah, he's just not able to get on at some times. Oh, at ShopRite, most get this farm local butcher sometimes. Oh, let's see. Oh, must be about pork roll. You're right. So at ShopRite or most supermarkets, I also get it from a local butcher sometimes. There you go. Let's see. Tony, your medallion looks like Bigfoot running from you. Awesome story. Yeah, does it? I can't tell. I like that. When you're back here, I guess it kind of looks like Bigfoot. Yeah, and that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Maria's Stitch. Maria's been watching a ton of our videos. The videos on 2.0. She's been. I think this might be the third weekend you did marathons, and I mean you're going through them like 8 and 10 a weekend. Really great. I so much appreciate that. Yeah, if anybody wants to know who Pork Roll is and actually see him, he is on our number 4 video for HangCon. You'll get to see. I get to talk to him down there and got to meet him and got to know him more. And on that video, I was, for some reason, because everybody was calling him Pork Butt in the video. So, all right, we're going over to, hey, Pork Butt. We're talking to Pork Butt, and you'll know the moment that I realized I'm calling him Pork Butt was when the camera went to his hat that says Pork Roll, and I'm reading it. oh, wait, I've been calling you pork butt. And I knew it was pork roll because we had talked multiple times that weekend. But everybody was calling, and you were so gracious about that. I really appreciate that. We didn't have to throw that part of the film away and go back and refilm. Awesome story, Tony. Thanks for answering that on the necklace. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Where am I from? Born in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. My dad was in the Air Force. So before they were divorced, when I was 7 or 8, my mom and dad, North Carolina, South Carolina, Nebraska, Arlington, Virginia, Annapolis, Maryland. A lot, all before I was 9, I think, or 7. I think 9 by the time I got to. No, I remember being in kindergarten when Dad worked at the Pentagon. Yeah. So yeah, but Fayetteville, North Carolina, 1965. Still going to daily. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Yes, I do, Maria. Let's see. All right. Well, 35 here. Degrees or age? I'm 58. But it is, I don't know what temperature it is here right now. I can't see it anywhere. Nope. Nothing's on my phone anywhere showing. Young pup. All right. Yeah, and Stitch, thank you so much for that scrotal, the adventure scrotal. And if y'all haven't seen the video, I've got it up in the studio here. I don't have it out of the case, but this is what it is like in the case. Very light. And when I packed it, when we did the camp 2 weeks ago, right inside the 55 liter pack. I checked on my hat, that the guy's putting the logo on for me, embroidering, but I found my favorite style of hat, just like old camp hat, same color. Well, it's a little lighter, but I can remove this top pouch, and where it says Osprey right here, I'm thinking of maybe having him for, I think it's less than $10. He can put my logo, embroider it on my pack. I think I'd like to get it embroidered on my pack somewhere. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. All right, so we are 2 hours and 26 minutes. All right. Emma says she agrees with Stitch. I'm a youngster. Yeah, youngster, but we're all young. And I mean, literally, if you think in your mind, are you really your age? Isn't it amazing how we think we're still so much younger than what we are? Our minds don't age like our physical bodies do. It seems it's like I'm still just so much younger. 28 here tonight. Wasn't very warm near Hickory Run. Brr. I'm lost. I'm exploring. I'm not lost. I'm exploring. I like that. Yeah. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Hickory Run's a nice area. Let's see. I'll send an email. Oh, really? Okay, cool. So you did find the necklace. Perfect, perfect. Do you ever get scared camping outside? I've been asked this question a lot, and I usually don't. I say there was a couple times I got frightened. And I tell about a time, but I was rethinking about this the other night. And there was a time that I was like, uh-oh. And it was another time near a graveyard that I was camping, and lights out. I'm laying in the hammock. I'm up on a rock wall, just on the other side of a rock wall for a cemetery, hanging in the trees. I've already done all that stuff. Hey, Miss 2.0. Yeah, 32 degrees. I'm hoping you're off work now. She's had to work late on certain nights. Um, so so do I ever get scared? So I did get very more so that I forgot about. But I remembered this the other night. I was laying in a hammock outside of a cemetery. Dark. I'm laying there. And I hear footsteps. And it wasn't like footsteps. It was like you know how you play red light, green light, right? Green light, and then they start moving, and you go, red light. Well, that's what it was doing. It was getting closer and closer. And I'm starting to go, oh, someone's sneaking up on me. And, but I'm thinking, well, I don't see any light. And I'm trying to get my light and turned on and in that area. And I finally got my light on, but I didn't have my camera to get to catch it. And it's a possum staring at me. It froze when I hit it with the light, and I was like, "Oh, you sucker! You had my heart pounding." And then I hollered at him to get out of here. But that's one of the times I got scared out there camping. But I usually don't. Usually it's my mind. That's hey, Robert, how you doing? It's my mind that I've got to control. As long as I can control my mind, I don't get scared. Yeah, I act like a teen. Yeah, yeah. I missed your last couple live streams. Been busy with family events. Yes. Well, hopefully all good. All good, good, good. There we go. Scrolling down. Yes, she does. But I think she's telling me the temperature. Yes, she does. I would have been so out there. Yeah. I've never lost. I sometimes haven't decided where I want to be yet. Oh, let's see. I see X many truckers. Case stops deliver in New York tomorrow. Oh, okay. Stop deliveries in New York tomorrow. Be preparing, gang. All right. Oh, definitely. Well, you have a good night. Good night. Good night. Yeah, spiders stare at me at night, and that was the other time that I was fearful. Fearful, not scared, but I was. I don't care for spiders. And when they were climbing in my hammock, and I found them in my hammock, and I was doing editing on my phone, and I had my phone in my hand, doing my editing, laying in the hammock, and I thought, oh, I caught a spider on my filming, and then I realized, wait, that would have been blurry, and it wasn't blurry, and it was actually a spider about that big around, running across the center of my screen. Phone. I threw the phone. I couldn't find the spider. That was yeah. Let's see. Oh, perfect, 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 perfect. Praise the Lord. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you, thank you. That was funny. Yeah. So everybody called me everything everything pork except for pork roll that weekend, right? All right. Yeah, Ninja Groundhog. Yeah. Tony, you're because the crowd of spider was so too big. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I tell you that. there was so many spiders. I didn't know that there could be that many spiders in the woods, but when my headlight was hitting them, and then I realized when I walked over to see what, I thought somebody dropped something that was like translucent. It was like greenish in different colors, just little. I thought, oh, there was a hunting tree stand. I thought, well, maybe somebody dropped something. So I walked over to see what it was, flipped the leaf away, and realized it's a spider's eyes, and it ran. And then I realized, I went back, I sat on the hammock, and I'm sitting there, and I started looking around. And then everywhere I looked, there must have been 100 spiders just in the area of field of vision that I would see, all looking at me, because you wouldn't see their eyes unless they were looking at you. And yeah, that was a rough one. Yeah, and that's also the one that is minimal talking. And a lot of people said when they watched that video, "Oh, Tony, what was wrong?" You know, because I guess because I didn't talk much, because I wanted to do one where I didn't talk much, because a lot of people asked for it. It didn't go over too good. Everybody thought something was majorly wrong with me, that I was, you know, really depressed or just going through something, and they all felt bad for me. You all felt bad for me, and I thought, I ain't never doing one of those again. But part of that was probably because I didn't talk about the spiders in the video, I don't think. But I think part of that was the you know, seeing that many spiders and having that fear. Yeah. All right. Well, it is 2 hours and 35 minutes. I want to just keep it at 2 hours. I was only going to get on for an hour tonight because I didn't feel well all day, but I am feeling better, and I always feel better when I'm with you guys. So maybe I'll stay on while I go to sleep, because last night, I don't ever want to have another night like I did last night. I'm hoping the electrolytes will help, hoping some of the other stuff I'm doing is going to help. Definitely going to stay hydrated. But if you didn't get a chance to make a hamburger with hot sauce and fluff and cheese, make sure you do it. And if you do, and if you got a YouTube channel, make it on a video and let me know how it is. Give me a shout out. But if you don't want to do it on a video and you just want to do it for yourself, give it a try. See how it is. And if you want that crispy hot oil, it is in a link in the video. And there's also that same link is in our live, in the information for this live. It's going to be in there. That's some good stuff. And Stitch said he's got a jar out there too. And it is hot. Just letting you know, it's hot. But it's not just good on hamburgers. It's good on all sorts of things. I'm finding out. Very good. Do a little bit of butter noodles and stick some of that hot oil in there. Yum. I didn't eat that, but I'm thinking that would be really good. All right. Well, I'm going to get silly in a second because I gotta get going. And good night, good night, good night. And we cued it off. Everybody's saying good night, good night. Perfect. All right. So if you're watching me and the comments are over on that side, that's where they're at. All right. So hide comments. I want to thank everybody for, thank you very much, Debbie Hills, for the coffees that you bought. Great to see you. Good night. Johnny D. Torres, thank you for the 20 coffees from you and Mary. What a blessing that is as well. And Ed Chaos, not Ed Chaos, well, Ed Chaos for the stickers tonight, but Mr. Ed for your coffees. Debbie Hills did a super thanks on a video. Like I said, that's possible when you watch a video. If you really, really, really like it, sometimes people will do super thanks. Thank you all for all that you do to support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And remember, there's no mail Mondays. I'm only going to be including for a while mail. There's nothing I need, just letting you know. But if you want to send something special or unique that you think I would like, I will open it on our mail or on our Sunday night lives. and share it with the family. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. All right. Well, good night, Tony 2.0 out. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot for coming along. I really appreciate it. I enjoy every time we get together, and keep it praying for me. All right. Just having a little bit of struggles with the cold, but also that's affecting some of the stroke. A couple of people have mentioned that when they watch the videos, especially the last couple, they can see some deterioration. I'm seeing it a little bit too, but I'm thinking that's only because I'm very, very cold, because this side doesn't operate too good when I'm cold. All right. Well, good night. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Now I froze.